We'll be delving now into a new topic, conspiracy.
Oh.
I like to call it the secret space program.
What is this, pray tell?
We were about to start with alien structures on the moon. The conspiracy is this, Dexter. Do not start laughing now.
I'm sorry.
This is
I'm very frightened.
shit.
Back when we used to go,
Like this shit.
back when we used to go to the moon, astronauts
Me and Oxnard.
would report always.
You guys totally left me out. Bullshit.
We didn't need you.
The
Thought it
reports,
was funny.
the reports were always people would see large glass structures on the moon, sometimes even towers.
What do you mean? They were through a telescope?
Through pictures.
So they're just looking at a picture of the moon and they say they see a glass structure?
Basically, what happens is every time
that.
NASA would take pictures of the moon, there was a team of people who would, this is before Photoshop, they would go in and kind of airbrush and paint in over these structures that were on the moon.
Yes.
The fear being that if humanity learned that there was an alien structure on the
We
moon,
would freak the fuck out.
it would basically collapse society. Because they would, God and Christianity, all that shit would go.
All that crap.
Crap. So this is one example.
So I'm looking at a picture of the moon with a blurry line.
They
Yes.
airbrushed it.
Airbrushed it out.
They
Oh,
airbrushed
I see.
that.
I see.
These are other interesting examples. Squares.
Someone has circled a crater there.
People have called this the Glass Cathedral.
Oh,
What?
that is cool.
There are many anomalies on the moon. This one is a famous one from the Apollo mission. Appears to be a
Oh, it
skull.
looks like a skull.
Just a rock that looks like a weird face.
Interesting. Like
The point
Mars
is,
face.
there are many questions here.
On the dark side. The dark side of the
Yes,
moon, right?
dark side of the moon. Now, if you
Well,
listen...
wait, how did they get that
Show-
picture from the dark side of the moon?
Hold on. Show the video of
What is that picture of the skull on the floor? What is that? Supposedly one of the astronauts took that picture?
No, forget that. Show him.
Don't worry about it.
Show him.
But how could that be from the dark side of the moon?
No, it's not on the dark side of the moon. He's just saying that there might be a lot of structures on the other side of the moon.
Show him
okay.
this video of footage in space with all those fucking things moving around.
All right, so now we get to...
I like that the site that you're on has like
It's
people
just a
posting stuff, and
That's
what do
their
they do? Like a
picture.
Megatron? Is their
yeah,
symbol?
just a little disclaimer. We don't believe any of this shit. We're just trying to creep people out.
I
Anyway.
believe it. I definitely believe aliens live on the dark side of the moon.
I faced that.
And I believe in Bigfoot.
Well, that's where Pink Floyd came from. Dark Side of the Moon, right? That's where they lived.
And I believe
That's
that
where they
Bigfoot,
claim that they live.
Bigfoot's been on the dark side of the moon.
It all comes back to Bigfoot.
Now, the secret space program, let me get this explained a little bit. It's basically that there are government or whatever global higher ruling
Both.
thing, whatever.
Shadow government.
One in the same.
Shadow government,
sir.
which is really the one government that's in charge of everything. They're so far advanced into space travel
The
and
one that
exploration.
Lincoln is still president of.
Yes. So basically, what the public knows about our technology is just probably like a quarter of what we're really capable of. There's you'll see videos of like plasma being shooting at lights in space, and then the lights will react to it and fly away as though like we're shooting at something. They claim that we've been to Mars already. We're well beyond Mars. We could possibly have stuff around Jupiter. How would we know?
Right.
I hope that
exactly.
that's true.
How would we know?
We should be
That's the
around
point.
Jupiter about that. We should be around Europa.
Uranus.
You're roping
Wouldn't it
it
be
up
great
right
to go to
now.
Uranus?
We should be. I feel like we should be around Titan,
And Belgium.
around Saturn.
This is fitting footage because this mission was called the STS 75.
Someone explore that area.
This is
The
tether.
STS-75? We're in space now.
Notice.
Basically, what happened was basically in space when you launch something, you attach a tether to it, and if you're going to bring something up with you, you drag it behind you. After the thing was released into orbit, the tether connecting it, which I believe was extremely long. The point is, this is a very long tether.
Okay.
Right.
Like rockets. Right.
After releasing it, these bizarre anomalies began happening around it.
Oh, I think I've watched this with you before.
Stars just start moving.
Yeah.
Now, people would say this is debris and that, and it might very well may be, but what's interesting is that a lot of these things are going behind it.
Yeah, it looks
Right.
like
And-
I'm watching something like through a microscope.
Some
Yeah.
aren't just moving one direction. Some are just moving weird ways.
Some are slowing. Sometimes there's a curvature to the movement.
Right.
So this is
Look at how
supposed to be
slow that one
right.
is. Look at that one.
So this is supposed to be a
Look,
tether
that one's slowing
that was on
down.
a mission in space that
one
astronauts
curved.
were using, and then they released.
Yes.
And where is this in space? But where? In the
The
Earth's
final
atmosphere?
frontier, sir.
Or by the moon? Or how old is and where is that video from?
I'll tell you right now. Saturn 75. As a United States Space Shuttle mission, the 19th mission of the Columbia Orbiter. Primary objective was to carry a tethered satellite system, the Reflight TSSIR, into orbit and deploy it spaceward on a conducting tether.
Aliens love TSSIRs.
UFO incident. Excerpts of the footage shot from STS-75 have been widely circulated by UFO enthusiasts who believe that visual anomalies in the footage represent an unexplained paranormal phenomenon. The STS-75 crew identified the UFOs as small particles of debris that filmed out of focus. Space journalist James Oberg wrote and analysis of the footage, giving further details. Space journalist.
I am a space journalist.
Here's the thing. This could also fit in with your other theory of atmospheric beasts.
Whoa!
These could be extremophiles that are capable of living out in space.
I feel like spacophiles.
What can we call these things? How about extremophiles?
Extremophiles.
Who came up with that term?
Cool name.
It's basically creatures that are alive.
And they're extreme.
What is
They're
the
extreme
other-
because they live in extreme
There's a
locations.
chemical. It's like at the bottom of the ocean that
Methane? The gel?
methane. Right.
That's
Exactly.
off the coast, the east
Yes.
coast of America. There's actually a huge pocket
Yes.
of like jellied methane.
They believe that there could be like methane-based life forms.
Well, maybe on the Titan, one of Saturn, the biggest of Saturn's moons, it's there's methane all over. There's like rivers of methane,
And
supposedly.
it's theorized.
He's like laughing.
But you got to cite something
As
here.
soon as I started talking, he starts laughing, and I thought he was laughing at me.
It's theorized
Yeah.
that they talk like this.
Oh, that's why.
So this is just a big setup for a joke? I thought we were going to have a serious
So,
discussion.
He
Anyway, more about this
was laughing because he thought of that joke like 2 minutes ago. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to use this."
Listen,
This is a juicy one right
you
here.
watch
juicy.
you watch the shows
On
like
planet White Castle,
on planet Earth.
everyone.
The methane-based beings live supreme.
Remember Planet Earth, the documentary BBC?
No.
Yeah.
There was a good one there where they went deep into one of the abysses there,
Yes.
and they found like a pocket of life. Their only source
Yeah.
of nutrition
Oh, yeah.
was from the vents that
Yeah.
put the heat. They were nowhere near sunlight, but those are extremophiles. They're life forms that found a way to survive using something that we would just die
I
instantly.
mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never know. That's why I was saying with Titan, with the methane thing. I mean, there's tons of methane
And it's
on
also-
Titan, and they're
it's-
saying that it's to the point, and it's so cold though,
Right.
that there's
The-
actual like rivers of methane.
It's the same thing at the bottom of the ocean. It's almost like a lake.
There's a
Right.
huge.
So
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So there may be, and it's the same thing with our own ocean. There are organisms that are so far down that we're discovering constantly
Yes.
that you're shocked to know that anything can actually survive down there.
The other thing is that this methane they were saying, like, if you can find a way to harvest it and utilize it, you could replace,
Energy
like,
source?
fossil fuel. Yeah, to be
Yeah.
an
How
excellent
about
energy
this?
source.
Here's another good one.
We can avoid the energy wars,
Remember
the upcoming
that?
energy wars.
Oxnard saw this article too. There's an article about, and I showed it to him, this virus, right? Or bacteria? Might have been bacteria. That they found that the DNA is only a 6% match to anything on the Earth.
Right.
Remember that? What was it, bacteria?
Bacteria, was it fungus? Was it fungal related?
I think it was bacteria.
Because I know funguses are really weird.
What, did it come from that
was in the- it
meteorite
was from the
that
ocean.
flew over Russia and
It was
landed
from
in that
the-
lake?
It was from somewhere in the ocean.
Well, so it came from something. So something like a meteorite or something
And most
flew in from space and
So
landed in the
something we're
ocean
not
they
sure
found.
what it is. Let us expound upon that.
Hey, no, I'm saying my best guess would be that like a meteorite or something came from space, crashed into the Earth, into the ocean if they found it there, and then that's why. That's the only explanation I can think of for why something not
missing the
organically
point.
from this planet would be
That's
here.
the point. We're all dead.
That's the point. Why are you holding a knife while you're saying this? Halloween
Creepy.
episode. You're missing the point. You're all dead because I'm holding a gun right now. I'm about to shoot you.
Yeah, that's one thing you hear. Like mushrooms are so weird that they think because spores can survive in space. The spores of mushrooms, so they think they might have been carried here by a meteor. Think about what a mushroom is. It's just this weird. It's not a plant. Like what the hell is it?
I don't care for mushrooms.
I love eating mushrooms.
You're eating aliens.
Wouldn't that be cool if we find out? Like, by the way, like this is so
These
radically.
aliens are delicious.
Yeah, these is like some alien plant life that.
It'll be like that Futurama episode where they go to that planet and they just are eating those like
poppers.
Poppers. Yeah.
They're so good.
They're the babies of the aliens of Omicron Persei 8.
Omicron Persei 8.
It's like their fertility planet or whatever.
Another interesting thing about secret space. Well, what do you think? Do you think that could happen? One day we're going to find out that the government has been hiding tech. Obviously, we know the government.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, I'm sure that they have evidence of alien life now. I find it impossible. I find it impossible for there not to be alien life. So I'm sure that.
Yeah, but do you think they know about it?
I think so.
You think they found like proof of it?
I think so.
There's so much we don't know.
I would not be surprised.
I just waved my hand behind Dexter's head. He has no idea. So imagine what the government could be doing.
I mean, that's the same thing. The government is waving their hands
look
wildly
how
behind my
easily
head.
You can be fooled.
Oh, rubber pencil!
Wrong.
Oh! It's solid
You're being
graphite.
fooled right now. You think this is rubber, don't you?
You think your eyes work? No.
You're blind.
I don't believe anything that I see.
You know how many things that we don't see that exist all around us?
That's another.
There could be little aliens.
That's true.
Touching
there could be
you
aliens
right now.
caressing my balls as we speak.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Sniffing them, tickling them.
They could be, and you have no idea.
You're absolutely right.
I see them. You don't.
Oh,
Well,
that's called being extremely drunk.
They do say like maybe like babies see weird stuff.
Oh, I believe that.
Like really young babies before like.
Don't they have really good smells?
No, they don't. They stink.
No, not the babies I've been around.
Gaseous methane babies.
Speaking of methane, rivers of methane.
No, because I think at a certain age,
Yeah.
I forget. There's a nerve that's connected in the brain at a certain age that allows a baby to now consciously move his limbs. Because before that, you're just kind of flailing.
Right.
They don't
Yeah,
really have
babies'
control.
limbs are always going in 10 different directions.
Yeah.
at once.
So then, at a certain age, and if that connection isn't made, I forget what it's.
aliens.
No. It's just like that part isn't. So you can't control yourself. You just are relying on your body, just synapses and stuff.
Wait, was that a thing where that connection is not made in some people?
I'm sure it is. I mean, there's so many bizarre things that can happen.
Listen to this. Babies,
Maybe there was a House episode
Babies
about
are capable of picking up any phoneme from any verbal sound.
Wait, say that.
that. What is a phoneme?
A phoneme is a part of a word. So word has w, d are the phonemes.
It also has a,
in the word.
b, s,
In the
d,
word.
I, f, g,
So-
j, I.
Different languages have different speech sounds, and babies have the capability of picking up all these speech sounds.
That's why they're
When we hear other
so-
languages as adults, we don't hear those
Right.
sounds.
That's
We've
why-
developed to listen to our own language.
So is that why the younger you are, the
So-
easier it is to learn a different language?
Sort of, yeah. So the
Creepy!
point is,
Halloween!
there could be aliens talking right now
Well,
around us, and maybe the
you mean
baby-
extra dimensional
maybe-
beings?
Maybe the babies here.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. They're right. They would more likely be extra. Oh, Frenchie. They would more likely to be. Sorry, TV's on.
Someone just kissed me. Oh, Frenchie. Yeah, that's one big theory. The alien theory is that they're extra dimensional.
That makes sense. I would just finish the series Fringe.
I don't believe that.
On Netflix, which was awesome, by the way. I think you would really like it, and I think you too, boss. And one of the big things about that is different universes.
I don't
And,
believe in dimensions.
Being able to travel between universes, and
I
also
believe that-
time.
Have you heard the infinite universe theory?
Oh, there's definitely. Well,
There's-
string theory.
Yeah, there's a universe where every single possibility you can imagine is happening, will happen, has happened. So there's a universe where right in the next 5 seconds, I just stab you in the neck with a knife.
How about
Oh,
this?
there could be endless possibilities. There's,
How about this?
there's also
You're
they
right.
explain gravity because gravity is so strong, but it's so weak at the same time. So like right now, I lift the remote for the TV and I'm defying gravity by lifting it up. But then, so what they explain is that they think there's another universe where gravity is extremely strong, and there's actually like a leak where gravity is sifting into our universe. So that's why.
This is on the show?
On what show?
Fringe?
No, this was on like Michio Kaku was talking about.
Oh, okay.
This. And then this was like maybe PBS or something else. But
right.
like I think what's his name? Michio Kaku, and then the other guy,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson. But it was on one of like programs that they were involved with, and they were talking about how like a theory is that there is a universe where gravity is extremely intense, but that and it's next to our universe, so that gravity leaks into our universe, so that it affects us, you know, in a way where it's able to, you know, have like the moon revolve around the Earth and the Earth revolve around the sun, but we're able to defy it in a way. It's still weak enough.
Because they're saying, they're saying gravity is like the weakest force that we know.
Yeah,
yet it's
but
like
if you think about
everything.
it controls, you know, the sun. Gravity has the Earth revolve around it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's, you know, it's like one of those. So that was like the kind of way, the theory that they had of describing that.